The federal income tax brackets just came in for 2024. So we have for single filers in 2023 and 2024, you have 10, 12, 22, 24, 32, 35, and 37%. So let's say, for example, somebody makes $50,000 and we'll say it's in 2024. And why I want to do this is a progressive tax system. And a lot of people I hear from time to time go, oh, I don't want to make $1 more and put me in the 22% tax bracket because I think all of their money is taxed at 22%. And that's simply not how it works. So people are afraid to make more money, which makes no sense to me, but I'll show you why. We say we have $50,000 at income in 2024. Well, most people, before you're going to start, you're going to subtract your standard deduction. So unless you have more than $14,600, you'll take the standard deduction. If you have more of those in itemized deductions, then you'll take those. So we take the standard deduction, so you're left with $35,400 of taxable income. Now you may have contributions to your 401k or things like that. They're more of a traditional contribution, and then that would also get deducted out of here. But we'll just say it's this because this is probably the most standard case. So you have $35,400 to be taxed. You're not going to be taxed even at 12% for all of this. At the first $11,600, you'll be taxed at 10%. So you would take the $11,600 and you would multiply by that 10%. Now, 10% in the calculator is 0.10 or 0.1, and effectively what you would come out with is your tax liability for that first bit of money is $1,160. Now, we have to subtract the $11,000 from the $35,000. So we have $23,800 that still needs to be taxed. So we're going to take that, and that fits within this bracket. If we had, $90,000 or something, you would have some of the money at 22% being taxed. But I know we fall within this bracket, so now we take the remaining $23,800. Now we're going to tax that at the next bracket. So that's that 12%. 12% is 0.12 on a calculator. So what you're left is 2856. So that's that tax liability. So you're going to add these two numbers, or however many tax brackets you have together. So we're going to add that together to get the total tax. Tax is equal to the 1,160 and the 2,856. So the total tax is $4,016. So this is effectively what you would pay. Now, let's look at a percentage of this, and you're really paying about 8%. The way you would find that number is you would just take the $4,016 and divide by the $50,000. Your effective tax rate was only 8%. It's not even 10%, it's 8%. That's how a progressive tax system works. So even if somebody's taxed at 37%, first they would take out their standard deductions or itemized deductions, and then they would go through each bracket and take that money out. So even if somebody's at that 37% tax bracket, it's only 37% of any dollar made at or above that number. Same with 35, it's only at that rate. So the majority of people are paying much lower than whatever the tax bracket is. And if you're interested in keeping more of your money, subscribe. I'll show you a couple of tricks of how you can actually keep the majority of your money depending on how it's filed. So this is how the progressive tax system works. So if you made $50,000, you're not paying 22%. If you actually paid 22% of $50,000, that would come out to be $11,000. That's not how this works. You're only paying $4,016 in this case, and that comes out to about 8%. So 8% is a lot less than that 22% for the original tax bracket. So when people say, hey, I'm worried about if I make $1 more, I'm going to actually lose money because I don't know. Basically, that's something poor people would tell me when I was growing up, and it doesn't work that way. So make as much money as you can. I know there are some instances where if somebody's living on food stamps and things like that, in that case, yes, if you go above a dollar amount, they can take away a lot of the assistance. So that's probably the only scenario that I could see that actually working. But in terms of the tax code and the tax system itself, making $1 more, it doesn't put you at the new tax bracket. You get taxed at each tax bracket for only the portion of the money that's in that bracket. If you like this, if it helps, please subscribe. I'm going to give a lot more content about how to start businesses, how to make more money, how to save money on taxes, and how to really use this to your advantage.